Hey, Connect here. It's been a while. I wanted to come on and do a quick video before Christmas so I can wish all of my Christmas celebrating friends a Merry Christmas and everybody else a Happy New Year. I don't really have too much to talk about today. I did finish one item, which I don't have with me anymore, but I do have a picture. And there's a couple other items that I want to quickly talk about. So the finished item, you may remember from my previous video, I was working on, or I had planned to work on an Amigurumi of Anne of Green Gables for a Christmas gift for a friend of mine. I already gave it to her. I saw her last month. And I have a picture of the finished item on my phone here. So this is it here. I hope you can see it. I don't know what you're seeing because my camera is very old, doesn't have a viewfinder. I am planning on getting a new camera soon. This one's like 11 years old now, so it's about time. I am saving some money for a new one. But yeah, so anyways, so this is the finished Anne. I just used random scraps from my stash in the necessary colors, and I got the pattern from the book Literary Yarns, which I showed in my last video. I will put a link to that book down below if I can find it on Amazon in case anybody's interested. So I just used scraps and safety eyes that I also bought off of Amazon. And yeah, so that was a quick project. It only took me a couple of days to work up, and it only takes a little bit of stuffing. So yeah, that was a quick and easy project. I may eventually make another one for myself. I haven't decided yet. And I did start working on a Christmas hair tie. I was going to make two, one for each of my daughters. But I do not like how this is turning out. It is supposed to look like the picture in this book. This is an old book I found at a thrift store. 150 weekend crochet projects. That I found a few years ago. I know nothing about this book. But I did find this Jingle Bell hair tie pattern in it. And so it's actually supposed to be made out of crochet thread. And I hate working with thread and tiny hooks. My fingers just can't. So I decided to try to make it out of a thinner yarn. This is, I think it was like a number 3 baby yarn with like a sparkle thread through it. So I thought that would look cute because it was sparkly. And then I found an even thinner red yarn. So the red and the white are different thicknesses. So there's more white than there is red, and it looks weird. And the spirals are not coiling properly. Like this one, before I added the red, it looked nice and tight like this one, and then after I added the red, it all stretched out and it just does not look right. And they're hanging like really low, and the coils are just a lot bigger than they would be in thread, and it would look really big and silly on a small child's head. So I don't like how this turned out. So I guess I am going to have to force myself to get comfortable with thread. I'm sort of comfortable with embroidery thread, so I'm thinking of trying it again with embroidery thread. I just don't have enough. I have a little stash of embroidery thread, but I don't have enough red and white. So I might get some more the next time I'm at a store that sells embroidery thread and try it in embroidery thread and see how it turns out. Otherwise, I'm going to have to try it again in regular thread. But that will be a project for next year because there's no way I am going to get the thread I need and get it done by Christmas Day at this point. So that will be a next year project. So yeah, I actually originally wanted to get this done last week so my daughter could wear it on her last day of school, but so much for that. So that's going to be a retry next year. And then I also planned to make my daughters some new winter hats because they both have a lot of hair, long hair, and so I wanted to make my older daughter a messy bun or a ponytail hat, one of those beanies that have a hole in the top for your hair to come out, your ponytail to come out. And I also wanted to make a pigtail one for my 2-year-old. and I hope that'll prevent her from pulling her hats off because she hates wearing hats. So I'm hoping having pigtails in her hat will make it a little more difficult to pull off. So I did find a pattern that has a version of each of those in it. I think it was from Annie's Crafts, maybe. It was a pay pattern. I think it was like $2.99. So I will link that pattern down below if I can find it again. And I'm planning to start that soon. I did have these 2 skeins of yarn in my stash that I always plan to use for hats for my daughters, but I had just never found patterns I wanted to make. So I think I might use these for those hat patterns. These are just single random skeins that I found at thrift stores years ago and never got around to using. I accidentally ripped the label off of this one, but this is Vanna's Choice in the colorway Purple Mist. I don't even know if they make this anymore. I don't know if there's even much Vanna's Choice in existence anymore. I don't see it at my Michael's anymore. I don't know if it's still available online. I know nothing. I should probably look that up. And then I also have this Bernat Softy Chunky in pink camo. So that will probably be for my younger daughter because I'll need a smaller hat, and this is a smaller amount of yarn. So that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, so I'm going to try to get those hats started and have them done for my next video. I am going to try to have a video out around New Year's Day, maybe a couple of days afterwards, to go over my last year's crochet accomplishments and my goals for 2020. So yeah, so I will definitely see everybody then at least, and I think that's all I have to talk about today. I don't think I have any other projects in the immediate in my immediate plans right now, except those 2 hats, maybe a pair of mittens for myself. I found a really nice pattern I liked. I'll put that down below too. And I do also have a mitten pattern for my kids in an old book that I found at a thrift store that is in my room. I forgot to bring it down for this video, but I will show next time. I don't know which one of my children it will fit now, because I waited so long to make it, but I'm going to make it at some point. It will fit one of my children. So yeah, so hats and mittens are on the docket. And so we'll see how much I've accomplished by my next video. And so I'll be back again around the new year with a year in review video. And yeah, so I hope everybody who celebrates has a very Merry Christmas. And anybody who celebrates anything else, I hope you have a lovely holiday. And I hope everybody has a Happy New Year. Happy crafting.